Content warning. This episode contains discussions of emotional abuse, alcohol abuse, suicide, suicidal ideation, threats of self-harm, and violence. Please take care of yourself while listening. It's completely okay to pause, skip, or come back later if this feels overwhelming.
But he prayed this very specific prayer, and I'm not going to say the words because you think I'm losing it now, I'll lose it. But when I tell you that those words have come alive in my life now, and it helped me heal things from my childhood and things that I did or experienced as an adult, even after he was gone. It's like he was laying out this roadmap. And, you know, people talk about all the time that we stand on the prayers of our ancestors, of our grandparents, of our parents. That is so true. I remember it like it was yesterday, and I just remember that my dad prayed for me, and it was a very special thing. I don't know how he got through it without crying. It just spoke to his strength and what I wouldn't give to just be able to talk to him for real one more time, because he warned me, y'all. He warned me. He knew his daughter. It's like he could see what I was trailing and trending towards. And so he spoke some things, and now in my adult life, now that I'm fully grown, now I'm able to apply those things in a healthy way. And what he was saying to me, I could tell was from his learned lessons over life and his perspective, because he knew his life was coming to an end. I didn't like it at the time that he was readying me for his departure. And I wish I would have slowed down, because he was giving me what I needed all those years. He was giving it to me as a parting gift. When elders talk, y'all, you have to listen. I wish I would have listened a little closer. Not that I missed the messages, but like, the longer someone's gone, the more you cherish those things. And I still have a voicemail from him that I listen to from time to time when I just really need to remember. And there's this song that follows me around, but I digress. That's why when I say my father is rolling in his grave, knowing if he sees it, I don't know. But if he was here, I can hear him like, oh, you went out like that? You let them do that to you? To you? Do you know who you are? You're a Montgomery girl. You tell me that all the time. You're a Montgomery. We don't do that. Now, I had to remind myself who I am and where I come from. And, you know, people say all the time, God don't play about me. God don't play about me, but my daddy did not play about me. My sister will tell you the same. And he was well respected in the community, so I think if I was down south, a lot of the stuff wouldn't have happened, just because by virtue of who I am. But anyway, we were talking about actions, and I was saying there's some lessons I had to learn, and I came to myself like those who have come to themselves in the Bible, like the prodigal son came to himself and was like, wait a minute, this is not how it was supposed to happen. I want to talk a little bit about my behaviors, because I was avoiding doing the work, because I was medicating with these people, not just this one person. I hated who I had become. I looked around and my life was a mess. And if I'm honest, I had to drink to live. That's why if you see me now, you may see me have a cocktail, but I don't drink Hennessy anymore. Make sure you pay attention to my lyrics, especially in chapter 2, which is coming. But to live with myself and how I was behaving, I had to drink every day. Am I alcoholic? No, it was a season of my life. But no one should have to drink to function. When you have trauma, you tend to have addictive behavior. Period. It's just how it is. Especially if the trauma is unprocessed. The other thing is, I didn't want to live. I had allowed the adversary, the enemy, let me believe that I was worthless and I didn't have a purpose and nobody would care if I wasn't here. My heart was so broken. And I realized at that point it wasn't about the relationships. It wasn't about being dogged out by men. It was I had forgotten who I was. And there were 3 different times where I just had had enough. And every time that I tried, God would put someone in my path. Right before I did it. And when I say right before I did it, right before I did it. First time I was on my car had broken down, and so I was taking my bus to and from work. And I lived in Portland. And there's a hill, there's this like where you can see a view, and I was headed up there. And nobody knew I was just leaving work. It was late at night. And I got off. This girl noticed me, and she noticed I got off on a stop that I don't usually get off on, and she followed me. And she grabbed my hand and she said, "Sis, whatever you're about to do, don't do it." She's like, God has a purpose for your life. And she talked to me about it. And that was one time. From time to time, you'll see me post about my best guy friend. He used to live in Portland. He's been viral on TikTok a lot. I got this tattoo last year. The semicolon right there. Which means, for me, it's suicide survival awareness. But for me, it means, what it means in grammar, which is that the story is not over yet. Some things that had happened, and it was so long ago that he didn't even have my phone number. He just had my Facebook Messenger. And something had happened with the guy that I was dealing with, and I had taken a whole bottle of pills. And for whatever reason, I heard my phone ding after I had taken it. And he sent me a message. And I just happened to read the message, and it said, "God put you in my heart. I don't know if you're going to think I'm crazy." I still have the message somewhere. He's like, "Whatever lie you've believed about yourself, it's not true." He's like, "You're a world changer. You have such a good life that God wants to unfold and bless you with." He's like, "Don't give up. Don't, whatever bad thoughts you might have, whatever thoughts you might have to try to take yourself out, don't do it." How could he know that? So I had enough time to call my mom before I passed out, and she got to me in time to call the ambulance, and I had my stomach pumped. He saved my life, and that's why he will always be my best friend, because he was obedient to that prompt. So when people want to talk to you and say, "Oh, call me," and you don't want to deal with it, just let them. Just if people are trying to reach out and connect with you, there's probably a message for you. That was the message for me. But anyways, I was medicating, and at times I had some ideation, and I came to myself, and I realized who I was. And it had to be the last time. It had to be the last time. Had I not listened to the message, my dearest Bethany wouldn't be here. Had I not listened to the message, the prayers that I prayed would not be coming to fruition even now. when we go through something, it's not just for us, it's for other people. And so now I hope that you understand the urgency that it's on me to get my story out. My story isn't any different than anyone else's. But my hope is that my story will inspire someone to keep going. And even after that, because I didn't have the tools, there were times where I let people put me back in that position. I went to therapy, and I've been in therapy ever since that time. Bethany wasn't born yet, so that's how long I've been in therapy. Therapy is something that I do proactively, not just when I'm in crisis. I do it to offload things because as healers, as people who take care of people, as clergy, we must do that to stay balanced and not implode. You take on people's stuff, you have to be able to take it off, unload it, offload it, or not take it on at all. I'm not to the point where they call me an empath. I haven't gotten mastery at not trying to be clear in what I'm saying. I'm just not taking it on altogether. Like I love people, so I feel their feelings with them. But so I as an adult, I mean, I've experienced I've had a rough go with relationships. And so you'll hear me say from time to time, I'm nice until I'm not. I'm a vibe until I'm fed up, and then it can be kind of hellish. So, and the crazy and scary part is, when I'm fed up, I'm not necessarily loud, and it's not necessarily negative. If you know me to be a bubbly, talkative person, if I get quiet, ask Bethany. Be very afraid. If you get the maniacal laugh from me, or my accent comes out, my southern accent, you should go. You should run. And I'll leave it at that. I am a true believer in quiet quitting. And so I checked out of this bad situation. I checked out of being the victim. I checked out of victimizing myself. That last time was the last time. And many times I've had to walk away. So with those folks, they didn't even know it was the last time. I just went, because you don't know how to make an exit. People can make this dramatic exit and, blocking people and sending stuff back and burning things and just be done. Just be done. Just be done. Because at the end of the day, you're spending energy that you need to build yourself back up. But this last time, I realized that I had no boundaries. And while I was busy trying to seek this love and prove that I was enough, I had abandoned myself. I had abandoned what I knew to be right. I abandoned what I knew to be true. I was acting out of character, and it was bad form. Isaiah says, "Do not fear. I am with you always. I will strengthen you." And that's where I'm at now. I might be alone, but I'm never lonely. Well, mainly because I got my baby love, my precious Matilda pudding. But also I have God. And that's, I'm not one of those, God is my husband, God is my boyfriend. That's weird to me. But I feel God within me. I get reminders in the outside world that I encounter in life. Those who came before me, my ancestors, I feel that strength. I feel that every day. It's just, that's why I love The Lion King, because it's like remember who you are. Like, I'm not trying to be corny, or I'm not trying to be deep, but it's just like know who